Hey, hello everybody. How you doing? God, I was watching Lloyd's show and then dawned on me that I had to get ready to do this thing. So I got everything set up right, and let me know if I got audio and everything is working fine and you guys can hear me. That's quite a crowd to start off with. I ought to have a birthday every week. Good. Thanks for coming in, and I appreciate that. Metro Drones, thank you. And I got all kinds of crap running on my computer, and I think if it does funny things, hope you'll understand. But I have to shut some of this stuff off. I got it all set up with a new sound thing, this voice meter software, and so that I can play different things that I wasn't able to do before through my mixer without terrible echoes. So hopefully it'll work. And if I have any, this is my first live stream with this new setup. So if it doesn't work, I apologize in advance, and I'll sit here and try to fix it up. I got a couple. Wow, this is terrific. I got a couple of guests already, and I'm trying to see. Yeah, there he is. Let me bring in the madman from Australia here. Everybody, welcome, Mr. I Spike.
Hey,
and you're not even ready. You're not even ready, for God's sake. Holy mackerel.
God. How you doing, brother? Happy birthday.
Hey, Spike. Birthday, oh, no. I Spike the Magnificent.
That's me, man. That's me. How are you people around the world? And happy birthday, Mitch. Good on you, so man. Listen, I got this going on here too, brother. Here we go. Little old mate wants to say happy birthday, Mitch.
Spider-Man hat.
Yeah, it's his birthday party thingy, whatever I found there. And just for you, Uncle Mitch. Hey, man. Good to be here. Good to be here, people. Excellent, mate. And of course, we managed to tee up the situation where I'm able to go from camera 1 as a guest to let's see now, that one there, camera 2. So really
that's terrific.
Cool. Yeah,
secret sauce. That's terrific.
There. Yeah, so I'm wrapped, man. This is your stream, brother, and I'm just going to kick back and enjoy the party.
Good, thank you, and thanks for coming in. And my next guest generally doesn't need any introductions, but that kind of says it all.
Hey, Mitch,
here we go. Oh, it is Big Brother.
How you doing, little brother? How you doing, Spike? Yeah, I got my my party hat on. Yeah.
I see everybody's got a party hat on except me.
Yeah, well, you know.
Draw one on with the text, mate.
Yeah, I don't want to cover up this beautiful head of mine, you know.
Yeah.
And let me take a second here, and I'll bring in the fourth person in the green room, and then I want to go over the chat and welcome everybody. So without
carry on. We're at the party.
Without further ado,
well, what had happened was
wrong button. There he is.
Mr. Artco.
How you doing, Art?
I'm doing great, Lloyd. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
We got every one of us has got a sound effects machine. I think this is going to get ugly.
Uncle Mitch, as we party on at your party here, mate. What's very important, as you know, would be paying attention to who's in the chatteroony there, and all the other people that not necessarily as the faces, so to speak, you know.
Yeah, and let me take a minute and do that and welcome everybody. And I'll start at the top because this chat filled up early. Lloyd, you cut out a little early, and
I did. I did that for two reasons. One is I'm just not feeling 100%. And two, I want to get here for the party, man.
Good, good. I wish I could serve you guys some drinks and things, but I mean, we haven't figured that. We haven't figured out how to do that over Streamyard.
Got my own.
Yeah, no, I got mine in the what was it? FedEx sent me a nice cup of whiskey here, a party whiskey.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, let me welcome. I don't know if he's here now, but Craig Mad Kiwi was the first one about an hour and a half ago when I posted the video. He was right there and wished me a happy birthday. I'm sure he'll be back. And Spike, you were shortly after that. You came in, and
man, I've been up 4 days waiting for this. I haven't been to sleep. I'm so bloody excited. So excited, Uncle Mitch.
It doesn't happen every day, you know. And Chris Hope, how you doing, my friend? And Paul Drone Bum is here with us. Bob Casey, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And Art, you're here. Brent Nunley, I think he had to go. Peter Carroll, there's from Down Under. Glad you could make it. And who else we got? We got Lloyd and Ron Lockwood's here. Hey, Ron, how you doing? I went and gave you a blue wrench so you'd feel at home.
G'day, Mr. Lockwood. G'day from Down Under, mate.
And who else we got? Steve Mack is here. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I gave you a wrench as well, so thank you for coming in. And I can tell who hasn't been to my chats yet because they show up without a wrench, so that makes it easy for me to see who's a first timer, unless I missed you before. We got Jay Santiago is here. How you doing, Jay? And Mike Roche. Mike is in the house. How you doing, Mike? And let's see. What else we got? Peter, Joe C. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And we have another new person, Alberto Zabula de Rosa. Hello from Spain, Alberto. Thank you. I don't recognize you.
Well,
hello. She's got a Spanish amigo. No, that's Mexican, isn't it?
Amigo. Yeah. But welcome to my party, and we're going to go ahead and give you a wrench so you fit right in. And Steve Carpenter is here, and I see Steve in the green room as well. So let me bring in Mr. Steve Carpenter.
Oh, hey. Good to see you, Steve. Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. And Mars is here. Hey, Mars, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Chris Hope again, Artco, Steve. Nick Calderon. Grumps, happy birthday. Now, Grumps is the guy that's sitting up there in the upper right.
Maybe I should
thank you so much, Nick, and thanks for coming into to the show here or the stream or whatever it is. And let me give you a wrench too. And God, look at this, Rick Halber. Hiya, Rick. How you doing? Metro Drones is here, and
Spanish is aloha y bienvenido. That's for hello and welcome.
And Alberto wished me a happy birthday, and evidently that was before I gave him his wrench. Mike Roche, Metro Drones, and Drone Bum, and Rick Halber is there's more.
We got my mate Anonymous Biker USA's come on in. I gave him the email a bit earlier there, Mitch.
Oh, cool.
Biker in our stream.
Anonymous Biker, yeah. How you doing? Man. Thanks for coming in, and let me make you blue like the rest of us too. So at any rate, wow, 24 people. I gotta have a birthday every week. This is a great way to get it going. And
I was telling everybody, gotta be over.
Yes, you were.
I was making sure everybody knew.
And I see that Uncle Mel is in the green room. Well, he was, and it said device not connected. So hopefully he'll try again, and we'll have the whole grumpy vlogger crew here as well.
Yeah. Let's see. The only thing I got to show
man,
for
it's going to be hard for me to keep up with the chat. It's going to be hard. So you guys kind of keep an eye on the chat for me, would you?
Yeah, sure, man. Something
that's the
comes in
closest I can do.
So Lloyd, you said that you thought it was more than a year, but no, it hasn't. It seems like it though, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it seems like I've known you for forever, and that's what I was saying,
Yeah, well, a bad marriage is a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a couple of those myself. But no, this was a good knowing somebody for this long, and it just, I when the other day when you said it was just a year, I'm going, really?
What?
I thought you'd been on longer than I had.
Yeah.
I'm starting my third year now.
Wow, and it seems like everybody's been on longer than me.
You've been 3 years, Lloyd. 3 years, mate.
3 years,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
you
starting my
still
third season.
at 718?
I haven't looked today. It's between 718 and 722. It just jumps around.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be a big YouTube purge coming here tomorrow, from what I understand.
Oh,
And,
we're
we're all going to lose half our subscribers, and I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
They just never leave it alone. But
Yeah.
but I don't want to bitch. I don't want to bitch about it YouTube or anything like
Let's
that
all
tonight.
have fun and
Want to
Mitch,
just
Mitch,
they may purge me, and this will be the last time you guys ever see me.
Oh.
But,
Here is the void, man. You'd be gone.
well, what I wanted to do, I don't see Mel coming back in, but I'll keep an eye on. Well, here he is. Okay, let's see if we can find Mel here. Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mel.
Yeah,
Hey, Scully, down the corner.
we got my Scully Fuzzy Cuzzy over there.
How you going there, Blue Eyes? How are you, brother? Cuzzy, I mean.
Doing well. Hello, Mitch.
Hey, Mel, how are you? Thanks for coming in, man. So, if I don't know if anybody else is going to come in, but we got a full house now, and so maybe we'll shuffle them around if down the road.
Yeah.
But for right now, this is fine. And I'll tell you what I wanted to do, because this show, after all, is about me.
Absolutely. It's your birthday, brother. It's your birthday.
It is about me, and I thought it would be just a good opportunity to reflect on this whole year, because when I look back at the different things that I've done and gotten into in a period of 1 year, it seems to me almost to be impossible. So what I did, I decided, since YouTube is going to be doing all these purges, that I would cover myself, and I'd recommend that everybody do the same thing. And I went in and I downloaded every video that I had posted to YouTube. And you can do that. Yeah, you can download it into an MP4 file. You just go into your go into your videos, and one of the options you have on the three dot thing there is to download.
Yeah.
And so I went and downloaded, and boy, was that ever a walk down memory lane. just seeing the names of it. And actually on December the 9th last year, 2018 that was, before I actually had the courage to sit in front of a camera and talk. And you all know, if you remember the first time you did that, how awkward you felt talking to a camera in a room by yourself, trying to sound some kind of natural. It was very, very, very difficult. And I played back some of the first videos I posted, and I was rolling on the floor.
I
thought maybe I
didn't have a problem with that.
Nah, well, no, that's.
But I was in my truck. I was in my truck, and I was accustomed to talking on the CB radio all the time, where people couldn't see me anyway.
I saw somebody new. Oh, Indigo Rhino is in the house too. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. It's been a little hectic. But what I wanted to do is
Sounds like Greg is signing in.
Who?
Greg, Oz by Drone.
Greg Jr.
Oh, he's on the. Hi, Greg.
G'day, Mr. Kermit.
Called to interrupt your show too, Mitch.
Yeah, I see that. Well, hey, listen, I am honored and flattered, and I feel like I've arrived. When Greg comes and interrupts your show, man, you gotta be somebody. I mean,
Oh yeah. It happened by accident the first time. Then after that, it's just become part of my routine.
Yeah.
And we talked before the show, and I told him what I was going to do. That I was going to come on here. He says, "Oh, good." I knew that's what he was. He planned on doing that. So
well, he's
he
in my
said he-
chat too. That's a
Said he
first.
just did
Hey,
it for the effect. Yep.
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I'm going to make Greg a moderator now, and he can be one of the family. But
Oh God.
good to
don't
see
do
you,
that.
man. I watch your show all the time.
No.
So I was saying that I was saying that on the 9th of December, I posted a video that I called "Way Back Before Drones," and good to see you, man. I watch your show. I hear an echo. Somebody's got.
Got their thing on.
Yeah. Anyway, the stream has got like a 30-second delay over. I mean, it was the biggest delay I've ever seen on this thing.
Wow.
But at any rate, I put up this video called "Way Back Before Drones," because as many of you probably know, way back 15 or so years ago, I tried to do this aerial photography stuff with a big RC helicopter.
Right.
And carrying a big camera, and that was really the first video that I posted on the channel. But I wasn't in it. I was in it as part of the subject matter, but I didn't talk or make a camera debut. But the first the reason that and I've told this story before, but the reason that I thought I might like to have a YouTube channel and get involved in this stuff was a little outing that Billy Kyle and Ken Dono had a little get together over in Tampa, and this was in September of 2018. And Bill the Drone Reviewer was there, and I drove over to Tampa from here, which is a couple-hour drive. My daughter lives in Tampa, so any excuse I have to go to Tampa is great. I get to see the family. So I drove to Tampa, and I met up with all these guys at the Sulphur Springs Park, where they have this historic tower, and Brian was there from iAdventures. Brian had his Matrice there. And I flew a little bit, and I had my cell phone on a gimbal, and I just went around and took a few pictures, and I thought that would be a good subject for my first video. So I want to play that now, because this is me, the first time that I actually went on in front of a camera and tried to make a video. So I'm probably just as bad now, but this will be a little walk down memory lane. So let's. Let me get things set up here and ready to go, and hopefully it'll play.
Mitch, you got 21 likes, man, as well. Pointing it out. 21 likes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, good morning.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I
I'm
see?
Mitch,
Why don't I
and
see it?
I am starting a new
We see
YouTube.
it.
Hold on a second. I don't see
We
it.
see it.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
we see it.
Yeah. That's okay.
Do ya?
Don't worry, man. You'll see it later. Yeah, you just focus on
Something-
delivering, brother. 'cause
Something
it's all about you.
has. Oh, I see. Okay, there it is. Now let's see if.
Here
No,
we
but
go.
I should see it. Oh yeah, I see it up there. What I want to do is
Yeah.
I want to make it big.
There
Okay.
you go.
Okay, I'm still as smooth as I was back then. Here, let me start it over again. All right, here we go. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Well,
Of course,
good
we
morning,
get
good
the
morning.
delayed version.
I'm Mitch, and I am starting a new YouTube channel. I'm calling it Old Guy and a Drone. After all, I'm an old guy. I have drones. Hopefully, I have something relevant and entertaining to say. If not, I'll do something else. Anyway, right now I'm editing a little film that I shot when Original Dobo and Billy Kyle had their little fly-in over at Sulphur Springs Tower in Tampa, Florida, along with Bill the Drone Reviewer last month. So for my first video, I will show you what I got. Thanks for stopping by, and I think maybe I have 10 subscribers now, so 11 or 12 would be nice. Thank you.
Hey.
Bravo.
Well said.
There's Billy and Ken.
What kind of flight time you see usually?
On these batteries here, about 35. 35. I still had 20 minutes. I've seen your videos, man. Just shut it down.
God, look at that.
That was shot with my Mavic 2 Pro. And that was my first YouTube video.
Hey, how many you done now since, Mitch?
Counting live
Shows,
live streams, probably 100, maybe a little over 100.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they add up,
think.
don't they? Yeah. And what are we at subscriber wise? We're about 960.
900 and 920.
Oh, 920, rightio.
920, yeah. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm sneaking up on it, but I'm afraid that we all might lose some if they really go through with this. And I don't know if it's just nonsense that everybody's talking about it or really going to.
Oh, it's mainly the inactive participants that are the ones that see you later, hooroo. Like Greg Osbo Drone made mention there before. He was unsubscribed, he had to resubscribe. And I think that's just like, if we don't visit each other after a bit, then that's sort of what happens. An unsubscription goes down, and it's just a matter of getting your finger out and do the rounds. But you've got to one's got to ask oneself, is that if you've got 10,000 bloody subscribers or people that support you, how the hell are you going to, as a creator, get around to all those people? So I think it's the other way around. It's the other way around. If you are a subscriber to the big channel, and if you don't visit, then you'll drop off the perch. I think that's how it works, more so than the channel owner with all of those subscribers type thing.
And
Now,
when
Paul
did all
Dronebum
you
said-
guys meet up?
It was in September of 2018.
Oh,
So it was a couple of months before I started this channel. And then what happened was Bill, the drone reviewer, was trying to he had so much fun at that fly-in that he was trying to put together another event and had a hard time. So he basically put on a dinner at Ford's Garage Restaurant in Lakeland. And so I drove over to that, I figured, well, why not? I go see my daughter again. So I drove over to that and nobody showed up. It was just me and Bill and Val and one other guy. And that's when Bill and I talked to Bill about, you know, I thought it might be fun to do this, and he encouraged me to do it. And I if not for him, I probably would not have started this YouTube thing. So I do owe Bill, the drone reviewer. Either you can thank him for that or curse him for that. It depends on how you feel about me.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to, Steve Carpenter?
I've been sicker than a dog for the past over a week.
Oh boy.
Why?
Just the crud that's going around here. Just burned myself out. Too many ends between work and issues with my mom's health and everything else. So it was just been go, and it got the best of me.
Yeah, you can run yourself down, can't you? And it's also the change of seasons, I think. What about you, big brother, Lloyd? Well, you a bit crook as well, or something like?
Yeah, mine's just as I was saying on my show earlier, mine's my lower back, and a lot of it has to do with the EMS, and it just is, you know,
It
it's
can
doing
wear you
its
down,
thing.
can't it?
Yeah. I can sit, you know, and that's fine. I can.
Excuse me, what did you
stand.
say? You can what?
I can sit.
Oh,
Yes, there's no H in that.
Phew.
Let's not go there
Yeah.
again.
I can stay seated, or I can be standing, or I can be laying down. But getting from one of those three positions is where the problem is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, movement. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You need one
so
of those
bad.
robo skeleton things, don't you?
Do what?
$1 million robo skeleton thing you can strap yourself into, and it just does all of the carrying, you know?
Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah. I
Yeah, a bit
actually,
like
the other
everything.
day, I was so bad, I couldn't even walk into the, from our bedroom into our kitchen, which is just a straight shot. So
Gosh,
I used my wife's electric wheelchair.
Oh, rightio. Yep. Because I find that sometimes when I'm really, really bad, even though I'm a young fellow, I've got arthritis left, right, and centre. There's one of those walkers with 2 handles and 4 wheels, with little handbrakes. That sometimes they help if you know, from A to B when the times are tough, you know.
Yeah. Well, I've used these for years, these forearm crutches, and
Brilliant.
you know, because multiple sclerosis, you never know when it's going to rear its ugly head.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's going on right now. And
but as we've all later, you know, like Mel and everybody, Steve, Art, this platform, Mitch, this platform, as an older person, you sit in a chair, you can press a few buttons. It's a good challenge for our brains to keep ticking along. It's good brain food, isn't it? And we're able to socialize and get out and about there and have a lot of fun. I think that's the beauty of these studios, these home studio business and live streams and stuff, isn't it? Because it's not really hard on the body.
Yeah, I agree, Spike.
Your turn, birthday boy.
It's tough when you got 6 people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But that's great. I'm so happy you guys came in tonight. That's
well, I wasn't going to miss it for
we
one.
wanted to celebrate and support you, brother. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mitch, I've got something I wanted to say. Happy birthday
Day to you. Come on, everybody. Happy birthday to come on, Bill. You got a good voice. Happy
the drone.
Happy birthday to you. Hey,
I had to pull my headset out because it's all out of key, so I had to just find a note that
Man, I'm they're definitely going to kick me off of YouTube tomorrow.
And many more.
Oh, there it is. That's the voice.
Thank you, guys.
Hey,
Thank you.
Kelly.
Yeah, and Lloyd, you were saying that you know, you were talking about Mel. You said it was an anniversary, not a birthday, but you know, the word anniversary just brings back bad memories.
He's single.
If you know what I mean. So birthdays are nicer.
Yeah.
Are nicer. But the old guy over there, I stand behind the cupcake. I thought that was more the spirit. Because when you're 1 year old, you don't have anniversaries; you have birthdays.
Hey, Mitch, I got a question about that picture you have there. Is that a candle, or is he just happy to see us?
I hope it's a candle. To tell you the truth.
I got my old balloon up here. You can see that there, Mitch, in the thing. I got a real one. There we go. Hey.
Yeah, let me hold on a second, Spike. If I can figure out how to do, if I can find you here, I'll make you bigger. There we go. No. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, he came with ready for the party.
Oh yeah,
you guys, man.
Got a flaming shirt on here.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Yeah,
and you're.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you went for 7+ hours last night.
Oh,
or Saturday night.
Yeah, it just seems to
or Sunday
carry
for
on,
you.
doesn't it? A little bit. I think it's what it is because I'm on a roll and I just keep going, my friend. And it's just easy enough to play music and have a bit of a gas. I need to tighten it up, and I will in the new year. Lots and lots of new stuff. I bought a new microphone yesterday. I'm really happy about that. It's a new Rhode's just released the Rode Video Mic NTG shotgun mic. To go on top of my new DSLR camera. So
for the camera, because you got that Shure mic that you're using there. You can't beat that.
Right. Yeah, this is Studio Jobby, and this other one, she's a ripper, man. I put a video up of it. It's actually basically a copy of the promotion video that they've got. And I add that to my channel, so if anyone's interested. But yeah, they've just released it, and I bought it last night. It's about probably around the $250 American mark type thing.
Wow.
It's about $350 for Australia, but it's a good little mic, and it's going to be well. So I don't know why I went on into there, but that's what I was up to last night. And we had a brilliant sleep, man. It's your show didn't start until 10 a.m. for me, so I've had a really good morning, sorting a bit of editing out, and then of course rolling straight into the big party here. And I'm honoured to be sitting on this panel. It was really cool to have Mel pop in the other day for me as well. So I dig old Mr. Cousin. I watched your video, Mel, the latest one you did with your controller and live streaming and that. That was pretty cool.
Getting to the bottom of it, getting it working.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, Mitch, I'm gonna jump off. I want to just come in and say hey and tease you just a little bit.
Okay, Mel.
I started teasing you with that picture that I put up over on Lloyd stream with the cigar thing there,
I saw that. I like that. I like that.
You're getting old, with the cigar and you're getting old. So
the haircut was the same,
Yeah, I noticed that.
You noticed that, yeah.
But when you're in the beginning, you put up that picture of the skull when you couldn't get your camera working, and
that was intentional. I shut my camera off until I was ready to put the image up.
And I was just about to comment in the chat that it looks like you shaved your beard, but you switched it away too fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna bounce and let room for someone else to jump in and have some fun.
Okay, well, thanks for coming. Always good to see you.
I spend a lot of time in front of the camera and microphone myself, so I don't have to sit here and take up space. I'll let somebody that wants to over there in the chat list that wants to come in here and get their mug on the live feed for a little while.
Yeah. Why not? Okay, well, take care of yourself, Mel.
I'll be watching probably, but congrats on your 1 year and many more.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Later, Mel.
And many more.
Good on you, cousin. Well done.
The one and only.
I'm going to follow Mel out of here and let other people hop on too, because I'm going to get some dinner. And,
okay, Steve. That's right. It's early out there for you. This is.
Yeah, I just got home here just a little bit ago and watched the end part of Lloyd's, then jumped on yours because I wanted to wish you happy birthday.
Thank you, my friend.
Many more, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I got room. That'll leave room. And I don't have anybody waiting in the green room. So if anybody would like to come in, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care of you.
Thanks, Steve.
Good to see you, Steve.
Take care.
All right.
Get
take
well
care,
soon,
Steve.
Mr. Carpenter. Take it easy, brother. Ta-da, mate. A nice stiff whiskey, mate. Chum.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take
Ta-da,
care.
mate.
All right. There we go.
And
Now
we're
we're bigger. We're all bigger now.
We're all bigger.
Stretch now.
Stretch out.
Bigger.
I Spike the Magnificent, it says there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I had that because I was mucking around with a mate, and that was what was left. And because I looked in my Gmail for the link that you were sending, and of course you sent it to my other one because we were more intimate. You got my private email, and bam, there it was. So I was quickly doing it, and I pressed like click, click, click. So I wanted to be there for the beginning, and just in case, because I know sometimes you fret. Where's people?
I was pushing his show on my channel, so I was making sure.
Good on you.
I actually shut down early because, as I said, I was tired, and I wanted to be able to spend a little time on Mitch's show before.
Yeah, you don't get enough airtime. You don't get onto enough different shows.
Yeah, and that's where I was headed with that. I've been on so many channels here lately that this is.
Yep.
He goes,
starts-
where
he's on
am
my
I?
show. He's on
Where am
Mel's
I?
show.
Yeah. I lose track. You know, it's,
Yeah.
some days it's. She just said,
Well, Art, we need to get more people into your Sunday show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We need. I don't know how to do that. I think it was just the three of us.
Yeah.
For most of the hour. Yeah.
There's been a couple of shows that's just been Art and I, and maybe one other person watching.
Yeah. Mm.
And I mean, it's a good show. It's and I have a lot of fun with Art.
Yeah.
Doing that.
But maybe you should do it on your Artco channel instead of the Art's Place because you have subscribers. They'll get notified of it that people don't normally get notified.
The problem is I don't know if I know a lot of folks on Artco are of like mind. It's just that I don't want to piss off all the snowflakes and say Artco, too radical with all that freedom and liberty and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, snowflakes. I like that, mate.
Snowflakes. I don't know too many snowflakes in our community. I know a couple of them, but they're grown-ups and they're not the kind of guys that would hate you because of
Kelly
that.
Short.
They,
Kelly Short did it on a show with me that he was one, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I tease him about it. You know, we get along fine. You know,
right? I don't
he's been
think
on my show several
it'd
times.
be a problem. And I know I sometimes get a little political on the drone channel. I can't hardly help it with all the crap that's going on. But we're not going to talk. We're not going to get upset.
You know, I've discovered something. Good on you, Snowflake. Like it. I've discovered something, Mitch, and Big Brother and Art, and anyone listening and watching and in the chat, is that with Streamyard, it's something that I was one of. They had a live show yesterday or something or other, and I got involved in it because they're introducing some new, like a ticker running along the bottom and other features to StreamYard, which is open to both the free version and the paid version. So it was a good half-hour show, and I really got stuck in there. Mars was there as well. And I actually got some recognition. We like they hello Spike and we talked and whatnot with some of my comments. But one of the things that I picked up on, because I've been having audio issues with regards to StreamYard, some ducking and whatnot, and to tweak it up, is that we can actually, there's a box where you tick. You probably already know this, guys, but I didn't, or I did, but I didn't think of it. And I'm thinking of it now. And in my next show when I use it, and I guess I don't know if it actually works. Well, I mean, we're definitely getting the processing happening when I stream. So I'm going to untick it. And what that is I think it's audio processing. You have the option to have audio processing.
Where would you find that?
Where would you find that? Let's have a look. I'll have a quick look here.
Is it is it under the settings, under the gear?
Yeah. Well, I think it's got settings and you've got audio there.
Audio.
Oh, disable audio processing.
I've got it on my end too. So I'm going to click it just to see if it makes sense.
Do you keep it checked?
It looks like you keep it checked because checking it would say disable, or that's what you want to do. So
Well, if you have a
I just disabled it.
Yeah, just to see, and people in the audience, Mars especially, you'd know the difference. You know what we're talking about from the other day. tell us as we talk and Mitch does his thing and plays videos and music and whatever else, if there is a difference in regards to the clarity and it doesn't come in and out and ducking and all that sort of stuff. I've just gone on for a little bit here. What does it sound like to you guys on the
Sounds
channel?
better.
Sounds
better.
Ah,
But now I've got an echo for some. And I think it might be somebody that just came in.
There we go. There we go.
To the,
Disable audio processing in it, guys. Not everyone has the preamps and all the different tutti fruttis that we've got. So it may be perfect for them. But what we've got and our little preamps and mixers and whatnot and all the rest of it that helps give a good audio signal. Perhaps we don't need that, which is sort of doubling up or whatever.
Well, I uncheck it. We'll see what happens. And I've got an echo in my headphone.
Coming from where?
From me. My own voice is coming back.
Can you hear my voice? Oh, hang on. We've got Above and Beyond saying is echoing.
I have an echo for some reason.
Peter Carroll saying introduces echo.
And I has echo.
Yeah.
Right. So perhaps
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute all you guys real quick here. I'm going to mute. Myself. Okay. Do I have an echo now? No echo.
I can't hear it.
Now do I have an echo? Yeah, it's on you. It's coming from you, Spike.
Oh, really, mate?
Yep. You're sending me back into the streams through your mixer.
Okay, hang on a second. I'll sort that. Because I've got to have you turned up so I can hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking.
I've got headphones in, man. So there's nothing sort of doubling up here going through. There's obviously the mixer, maybe.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Let me take this opportunity to bring in a couple of other guests we have here.
I'll change my settings as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to mute yours. I'm going to mute yours to get rid of that echo for a second while maybe you can figure it out. And I'll come back to you in a second.
Mitch, I've got to run too because I got work tomorrow and I got to go get ready for bed. So
well, before you go, say hi to Gary.
Oh, hey, Gary.
Hey, wasn't me.
And no, it was Spike doing it. And say hi to Mike Roche.
Oh, Mike Roche.
Hey guys.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you.
Got rid of that pink, Mike.
Yeah, I had a peach color face the other day.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you're sitting in the dark today.
Yeah, and I'm working on my lighting situation here, one step at a time, you know.
Well, you got this nice little glow on your head, though. It's a very nice effect.
That's hair right there. That's gray hair.
I like it. Yeah, I kind of like it.
I never noticed you were that white-headed.
Oh man! So happy birthday, Mitch.
Well, thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. And let me try Spike's microphone again and see if
I pressed the I unticked what I did with StreamYard. So how does that sound?
No, now I don't. Okay. I don't hear the echo now. I don't think.
Yeah, you sound good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was something going on. Something feeding back into somebody's into a mixer or something.
Scenarios, yeah.
Buttons. We got too many buttons here. Buttons everywhere. You know.
Because I'm a guest on yours, so it's completely different. And although I've got everything, I've not just popped in normal, and because you're streaming through OBS, are you?
No, I'm actually. I don't do it that way. The way that you do it, I actually stream right through StreamYards, and one of the. I think there's actually a benefit to that in that. When I do something, if I were to show a video, you will all see it at the same time it's actually going out rather than having to wait until it comes on the delay. So I use my OBS just to control what happens in my little box up here.
Well, if you do that, Mitch, then you're going to be able to access these other features. I don't know if you would have because you're unaware of them maybe. But it has a little ticker where it can run down the bottom of your thing, like, you know, every such and such. You can type in there and promote it's a scrolling message along the bottom. You can have that, and there's a couple of other features that they've introduced as well. So food for thought for everybody in regards to StreamYard. It's only they reckon it was going to go up last night, so there's 12 or so hours ago. You know, this is more StreamYard. Oh, there you up here.
I'll have to check that out, but I don't know if I want to make it any more comfortable. But Art, gonna let you out of here. Art's chomping at the bits to say goodnight.
Get going, and
Ken Hearn isn't even on. So
we got all night.
Yeah, and Mike,
all right, buddy.
Good to see you, Spike. Great to see you, Lloyd.
Me too, man.
Always good to see you.
Happy birthday, Mitch. It's
Thank you.
You're one, but you're still fun.
Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, Art.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, buddy.
Ta-da, man.
See you, Mr. Carlton.
Oh, look at Lloyd's fireworks, man. Make him big.
Oh,
look.
man, look at that.
$100,000 on fireworks for you, Mitch.
Wow, there you go.
All right.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
This is
Happy
my Christmas
birthday.
set.
Wow.
That's
You got a
very
lot going
festive.
on there,
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
festive. Very festive. Yeah.
It's going on. It's going on. You got a really good going on there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I actually use vMix to broadcast with, and then
Mhm.
I came in using vMix. But a lot of my background scenery actually comes from Wirecast because I have copies of both. And
Yep.
Greg set me up with Wirecast, and
Mix the two of them all up there.
yeah, and I do
Special news story straight off hot off the phone. I was going to say with MRM down there, old Mike, I'd go as far as to call him Silverback. With that little bit of hair on the top there, that glowing knob. Silverback.
Right. I'll be a gorilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, let's they just keep coming and going here tonight. So
good.
I think you all know this guy that's sitting in the green room. So we'll give him a round of applause.
Hey,
it's my nephew,
Chris Hope.
What's up? What's up, Mitch?
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
Howdy, Chris.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, old guy in the drone, Mitch, and y'all line up and kiss my old rear end. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Drone Kings in Darwin is here too. I didn't see you. Thanks for coming in. Who else did I miss? I have not been paying attention to the chat. Sorry, guys.
It's hard to do when you got 6 guys.
You think? Rick Halber got a run. Congrats again. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate it.
Good on you, Uncle Rick.
Weedman Photography.
Cool. Yeah. G'day, Mr. Weedman.
Weedman here. Good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Aussie, mate.
Yeah, more Aussies here. We got a few of them. We got
Mars and Peter Carroll and Drone Kings in Darwin. And,
yeah.
Well, of course, we got what?
You need more Americans.
Americans.
Americans like. No problem about that. I'll be watching and listening and watching, especially Uncle Chris there, Chris Hope, because I know, I just know.
And they make fun of us when we butcher an Aussie accent.
Here, we know how to do it.
Yeah, that's not half bad, Spike.
That's pretty good, Spike.
Yeah.
What accent?
Thank you, fellas.
I don't know why people make fun of the way I talk.
Greg is here too. Yeah, Oz by Drone is also here tonight.
I don't yeah, that's what.
Oi. Every time I hear that, I think somebody's getting hurt.
Yeah, we say that in Yiddish. We go oi oi oi.
That's Aussie.
Oy is here.
I know you guys in America have that. We have Aussie. Oi. It's just a bit of a saying. What do you guys have in America? USA, don't you? USA. That's what I hear.
Yeah, when you go to a Donald Trump rally, you do.
We got guns, is what we got, man.
Shoot them.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Mitch, I just wanted to say, congratulations on the year. I haven't known you that total time, but you were the first one to let me on a live stream. The first time I ever looked into the camera and talked, I was nervous as hell. And you made me feel. I think Philly Mike was there. Spike
yeah, I remember that stream. Yeah,
and
Spike was there too, wasn't he?
I think so. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Like a week before, I was watching Spike, and he gave me a shout out out of the blue, which was really nice, Spike. I appreciate that. And but you guys were the first two guys who welcomed me in to like the inner circle. Like being on. I was always watching, so that was I really appreciate that. And now I'm almost getting ready to maybe do something live myself if I get set up properly.
Yeah, I hope
so.
Mike.
You should. Yeah,
Absolutely.
We need more live streams.
Yeah.
Well,
we need more hours.
Yeah, there's about 20 minutes of Wednesday afternoon. That's
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, between like 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday is a good, slot. Yeah.
What's on Tuesday? I mean, we got Bill the drone reviewer, but who else?
Who's on first?
Yeah, what's on second?
Boy, it's tough to find. It's tough to find a spot now. 9 o'clock, almost any night, 9 o'clock, except Thursday when Ken usually goes to 10. But I think nine. Like right now, I don't think anybody else is on. Maybe Canadian Drone Hub or Pusa.
9 o'clock Central Time. There's kind of dead.
Well, 9 o'clock Central Time is when Video Calling Show does his show.
It's 9?
Yeah, it's 9.
That's every night too, isn't it?
That's every night. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think he's only on 5 nights a week now, but I can't.
Oh, is that all? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
that's only on. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
To change the subject, can I ask you guys, each one of you, at your own, have a go, and you don't have to because they see piss off Spike, to give me an Aussie accent. Hey, who can do their best Aussie accent? Go on.
Nobody wants to go first.
Somebody else go first. Well, we can all get on you, mate.
You got coffee. I got a coffee from Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, good eye, mate.
Mike, this is a nice.
That's good.
Gasoline. Hey, mate. Good to see you. There's some ship on the baby.
On the
There you go, Mike.
That's all we can say is good day, mate.
Oh, Mike reminds me of old Dunk.
Yeah.
That was a good effort, man.
At least they give effort credit.
And we got, I typed hello to him, and it was sitting in the bottom of my chat. I never sent it. Michael Bainey was here. I don't know if he's still here, but he was here a little earlier. Michael Bainey was the first guy that came into my first live stream.
Awesome.
It was a test.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knew about it, and I just went on, and within a minute, all of a sudden, boom! This Michael Bainey pops up, and he was my first guest on my first live stream. And every once in a while, he'll pop back in, and I said hello to him and forgot to hit enter, and it was just sitting there in the bottom line. So if I missed you, sorry, Mike, but if I didn't, thanks for coming. And another Mike is here. Mike Night Train is here.
Night Train.
Mitch, yeah, welcome, man.
Mitch, do you remember your first announced live stream on a Thursday night?
Wow.
I remember it well because you told me to be here 10 minutes early so that we could do mic checks and the whole business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was your first guest the first time.
I've been doing that Thursday night thing for what, 6 months at least, I think.
Oh, at least. And, I think that was the first time I was up, and I was nervous. So, yeah. So you introduced me and Mike to live streams.
There was also a time, Mitch, and you had a time when it was just you and I on, and you were thinking of quitting YouTube for a short time.
Yeah, well, I think maybe we all go through that. I don't know if we do or not, but sometimes the politics of YouTube itself, they do things that just piss you off,
Right.
And and you do, you sometimes, because there's definitely no money in it. Even guys that have 10,000 subs struggle. They're not making enough money from this unless they do a lot of affiliate type stuff where they get a steady stream of products to review from the big companies like Banggood, GearBest, and all them one after another. One airplane, one drone, and every day they got a new drone or a new airplane to review and an affiliate link to buy it. And it's tough. We all hear about the Casey Neistats and the PewDiePies that are making millions of dollars, but that's very rare.
Yeah.
Like doing there.
Well, they have a different niche too. I think our drone community is fairly small compared to
it is.
I would agree with that one.
No doubt about it. There's no doubt.
I watch a guy who cuts logs up, and he's got 260,000 subscribers. It's
yeah.
crazy.
How about these guys that do wood turning?
Yeah.
Making
some of these videos have 5 million views.
Exactly.
In a month. And there was one guy who did that, who actually put up the title of his video was turning a $63,000 vase. That was the title of the video. And that was what he made. That's the money. The 63 grand was how much in money he got paid from YouTube for that one video that had like 2 million views.
It doesn't sound right, does it? It's like when you think something sounds too good to be true. No,
I believe it. I believe when you start getting millions of views. So you make a fraction of a cent per impression for ad impression.
Yeah.
But you multiply that 1 penny times a couple million.
That's right.
It's money. It's money.
It adds up. It definitely adds up for sure. Yep. I've got a couple of Google checks and I love them. They're good.
It's funny. The stuff people spend money on, though. I was reading yesterday about a guy and it was tens of thousands of dollars for this piece of art. And what it was a banana ducked on the wall.
I saw that. I didn't watch the video, but I saw that.
30 grand, wasn't it?
I seen that on Facebook, I think, yesterday.
And he ate the banana or something?
Well, the banana was already brown.
Yeah.
Right, but they replaced the banana. They were already on the 3rd edition.
Oh, so that's why the price keeps going
up.
In
other words, I just watched a video on it tonight by a photography guy I watched, and he was saying how, obviously the banana is going to rot. So somebody ate the banana, and they have the right to replace the banana and consider it still the certified artwork. That's
really?
For the 3rd edition now is sold for 150 grand.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
friggin' crazy. Who's buying stuff like that?
We've got drone shots. Congratulating you there, Mitch. Drone shots, and we've got Oz by Drone saying good to make channels with watching paint dry and the kettle boil. That might be really interesting. But drone shots come in there, man.
Actually, I think some of those channels exist. I mean, there's been a couple of shows I've been on, I've watched, and it's kind of like watching paint dry. Beige paint at that.
Beige paint.
Yeah, beige paint. Watching beige paint dry can't get any more boring than that. Actually, I think my show tonight was a lot like that because I just couldn't get into it. I was just out of it, and I still am.
We just got to see the real Lloyd tonight.
I got some bananas in the other room,
White with a yellow banana.
Mitch, I just wanted to tell you
$100,000 that roll thing that cylinder roll art thing you got there.
What were you saying, Chris?
I want to tell you happy anniversary, and I really appreciate you. You let me come on Thursdays with you, and I've enjoyed watching you build your planes and your drones. So it's been fun for me.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I've been
like to tag along.
I was kind of wanted to maybe talk about a little tonight is how tough it is to kind of figure out what it is that you can do that people are going to find interesting and are going to and maybe get something that starts to go a little viral, because we have a hard time in our community doing that kind of thing. You know, I get it 100 views on a video, maybe 120, some of them 200-300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, you keep looking, and then I look at the RC community, and there's some guys who do the RC airplanes. They get thousands and thousands of views, and it's a large community. And I thought, well, that's why I started maybe heading over towards some of the RC stuff and the FPV stuff and things like that.
Have you thought of, because I noticed that a lot of guys do cross-platform promotion. So in other words, that's what I did. I branched into Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. None of the above that I really had anything to do with. So I opened up accounts 6 months or so ago, whatever, and I just throw pictures on or this. And I always sort of, sometimes, not always, but a lot of the times I'll add the link to the channel or the link to the video, and that will help encourage people to come over and not just sort of depend on YouTube and hopefully it throwing you around the place to get your recommendations and that sort of thing. But yeah, it really is, as you say. I've spent a lot of hours. I've signed up to TubeBuddy to get a bit of help there, and I'm really studying up on sort of how it works and what they suggest how it works with what you put in the title, hashtag something, and how that actually gets the traction out there, so to speak, so that you do get recommended. Because I think that's a really, really big part of funneling views into what you put a bit of heart and soul into the creations you make, and that's something that I'm working hard on in my neck of the woods, and just making that suggestion for yourself.
Yeah, I don't I don't fool with the social media stuff. I don't have a Facebook page. I kind of,
that's what I found. A lot of you
never went in for that, and I think you're probably right, Spike. I think you need to have something like that.
Yeah. And there are many others, as Jamie from Creative 7 Inc. says. He is a multimedia company, has been for about 15 years, and he said that when he presses the go button, it goes out to about 15 different platforms. I'm only aware of about half a dozen. I didn't know the others exist. So yeah, it's I think that sort of helps, Mitch, when you talk about just getting. And the same with me. I look at my videos. I'm not much more than what you are. And it is what it is, and I think it's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And if you've got that passion to want to achieve those numbers, then you need to put the hours in yourself to learn how best to do that. There's a lot of guys. Brian G. Johnson, great bloke, great channel. If you don't know him,
I've watched some of those guys, and I have the what's that service you just mentioned? The
TubeBuddy. Yep.
TubeBuddy. Yeah, I have that, and you get all the statistics and everything. And
just a little bit of keywords and I mean, you can do that outside of that, but that just sort of makes it a bit easier.
I had one video,
Australian a month.
I had one video I was going to share with you guys tonight, and it was my big. This video was my big hit.
Let's watch it.
I know what it is.
Yeah. And it was kind of silly, but it was my big hit, and it has 22,000 views.
Oh, well done.
I mean, think about this. And I have been trying to figure out why this stupid video.
It's not going to work. It's not coming. It's not clicking in.
2,000 views, and why it to this day I still get 50, 70 views a day on this stupid thing. It ends up being it got into their recommended flow somehow, and it shows up on. And I've got a ton of subscribers from it too. And at any rate, let me go ahead and show this one to you. And
above and beyond saying quality over quantity, some of these guys keep repeating the same stuff. Yep.
And what I'll do is I'll put all you guys over on the side there. And here we go.
Cool. All right.
Okay, I'm going to try to walk you through exactly what I did to build my little vlogging rig. So we start with the GoPro Hero 7 camera by itself. And the first thing that you want to do, and I don't know if a lot of people realize it, but this little door here, which I always have trouble.
I fumbled my way through.
Actually, comes off.
And I think that what you did,
you want to grab it.
Timing, man. It was good timing. It's when this was all the go. This particular
camera. Pull it out. Might feel like you're going to break something, but you won't.
It was engaging to watch.
If you look at the
real person stuff
itself, you'll see that it's got a slotted thing that goes onto that pin. So don't worry about it. You won't break it. It'll come off. And take this thing and put it somewhere safe, because unless you want to go underwater with your camera, you really don't need it, and it just always seems to get in the way. Okay, you're going to need a couple of things to build the vlogging rig, and I'm going to show them to you right now. And the first, and of course there'll be a link in the description for these things. The first thing is a cage, and this is made by Puluz, I think is how you pronounce it, P-U-L-U-Z. It's $20-something on Amazon. The nice thing about it is it has a lens cap, and it has a 52 millimeter filter ring too. It comes with a UV filter, but you can get ND filters for this thing. So besides protecting the lens glass on the Hero 7, it's pretty nice. It also comes with some screw-on things. It's full of holes, and it comes with this bolt-on Hero accessory point, but underneath that there's a 1/4-20 tripod thing. I put this hot shoe up here so that I can put a video light in. So you need one of these.
Correcting
the second
myself.
thing you're going to need is this. It's just basically a 1/4-20 metal 1/4-20.
I couldn't even talk in this thing.
Screw.
And 22,000
small
views.
rig, and they come in a 2-pack for I don't know, $8-10. I'm just guessing. I don't remember the prices on there, but you're going to need one of these. And what I use this for is a mount to put the audio.
You know what I'm seeing, Mitch, and you know what you're talking
now,
about.
there's a lot of videos on YouTube where they
turn the volume down.
It's called relatability, man. It's just like everybody else, you know, relatability. And if you can be more relatable, which is just like everybody else, then bam, you know. I think that's where some of us go wrong. We try to get too shiny and too polished, and it's just like a car salesman, you know. The relatability.
Well, this was early. This was fairly early on in my YouTube career, but I kept dropping the stupid things. So I thought I'd try to make it funny. Put the frowning face in there
and tighten it real tight. Now, you're going to need some of this 3M dual lock. It's like Velcro, but it isn't. The nice thing about this is that it snaps in. You put a piece of it on each side, it snaps into place, and it comes apart pretty easy. But when it's snapped together, it holds real well. So what I did was I put it on the top of this thumb screw. I put a little piece of that Velcro, and then you're going to need the famous GoPro external mic adapter. And the nice thing about this is it does have a USB port on it, so when this thing is plugged into the camera, it allows you to have a USB pass through, and that's where the mic jack goes. So the Velcro just goes on the bottom of this, and I put it on the
side. I bought one of these based upon your video
too.
You did,
Jack.
I did. Only recently, but yeah, it was what I rewatched.
I still use this thing. The reason I did that was that puts the microphone back a little further so it doesn't stick out into this extra wide range of vision. So
good idea to put the Velcro on there as well underneath it.
You put the Velcro on the bottom.
This is different.
Like this.
Yeah, this is the first version, and I did a second version of this when they came out with that new plastic case that had the slot underneath. So I did a redo of this video, and it got a couple thousand views, but nothing like this. Nothing like this one. This one is still getting views.
And you know what it is. You know what it is, Mitch. It's another niche as well, man. Because as you quoted about the drone community. Yes, this is photography. This is camera, and that's the direction I'm going to start having a look at myself. And I really believe that community and a lot of people,
the one that I found that I really like was the Saramonic
how, you know, and they got their phone.
The nice thing about this is it has a hinge on
It's
it.
a brilliant little next thing.
Shock mount.
Yeah, people are,
because
but
you
there's
can
a
make a
ton of
great
people in the
angle out of it,
photography
you
community, big
basically
channels
need
that do all this
huge,
stuff.
And plug it
huge.
in.
You know, even I think because I mean, Drone Bum just put in the chat there about a lady, and I've
Camera,
opened
you
up
have
to
to
watch after your show.
talk and narrate, and then when you're doing it at vlogging in a selfie mode,
Let me
you
turn
just
this back up again
around,
because
back around this way. So all we need to do right now is put the camera into this, and we tighten this just enough to hold it, not too tight. We plug the adapter right into there, and the way this is mounted, the cable falls nicely, and basically that's it. That's all there is to it. Very simple. Then you just attach your tripod to it.
got this
Or a
monster
selfie
tripod
stick.
here.
Need three
But
hands
it's all
for
in
this.
frame, man. It's all in frame, brother. You've done really well with that.
Well, you keep watching because what's really interesting about this video is right after I build this thing, you'll see I do how I made
There you
this
have it.
video. Watch
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And that's what I got a tremendous amount of comments on. People valued that part of it more than actually building the thing.
There you have it.
Yeah. I know. I really like looking at that, at the box and everything. I thought it was really
Yeah,
good.
the little light tent there.
Lighting and everything. Yeah. Because really, the way you've done it, you've put
As a
yourself
new YouTuber, I'm always curious as
you're
to
on the wall.
how the guys film their things. So I thought maybe you might be interested in how I just filmed that little episode, the first time I ever did an assembly video.
Brilliant. There we go.
To
Yes.
see exactly how I filmed it.
Love
So
that.
basically, I have a little light box set up, and I lit it with just one light. I actually shot that thing sitting behind this cell phone, and I had here. Let me get the camera back here. There you go. And one of the reasons I was a little clumsy in that is I instead of looking at what I was assembling, I found myself watching the screen. But these YouTube videos are all about lessons learned, and that was one of them. So I sat there, wrapped my arms around this tripod here, and made that little video. The audio was actually recorded on the cell phone mic, and it was very simple. Very simple setup. I have a number of different color backdrops I use for this light box, and anytime I need to do a little product photography for small things, this works out pretty good. Just for your information, I'm filming this of filming that on another cell phone in an Osmo Mobile 2 holder. So I have nice stabilization and nice smooth pans up and down, and it's a cell phone kind of world. So here I am vlogging on my new little vlogging rig, and behind me is the recording of the little assembly video I just made. I'm pretty pleased with this thing. It's very easy to use, quick, no setup. You just grab it, push the button, and you're vlogging. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And as usual, go play with your drone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
There he is. Remember that?
So that was that silly little video. I put links. All right, I put links, affiliate links to Amazon for all those little pieces and parts. And for about 5 months after, I made over $100 a month in commissions from Amazon, from people buying those little pieces and parts.
Yeah.
But that's petered away to nothing now. But
Yeah.
I actually had a couple people actually bought their GoPro cameras, the $400 camera through my affiliate links. And, I got a $20-something commission on that. So there is money to be made, but I'll be damned if I can figure out how to redo that again. I mean, I checked the keywords on that. I tried to figure out what was it about that video that, for me, that was viral. I mean, I watched some of these guys that, they put up a video and within the first 5 minutes, they got 50,000 views. But
may I ask Mitch, and I don't want to interrupt you or not, but like we've got the Pennant boys on the panel. What are your thoughts, lads, in regards to why you think that is? My thoughts is the fact it's relatable. It's a relatable thing. What are your thoughts in regards to why that one out of Mitch's video?
He's personable. Mitch is very personable. That's what's cool about it.
Yep.
It was real. It wasn't all rehearsed. You could see the little things going on. The thing, Mitch, I think you've appealed way beyond the scope of the drone community or the model RC community. The photography community is huge, and people are starting to vlog. And that's what brought it out. A lot of us with aspiring channels should probably think about how do we diversify. I get more views on farming videos than just cinematic drone video, and I get a lot of good comments on stuff that's not aerial, stuff that's taken on my phone. So
one thing I think too, guys, is the camera had just come out at that time, so it was relevant at the time. And also, from what I understand, how-to videos are huge. If you put anything in the title or in the tags, that actually helps spread it out.
That's what I've done on a lot of my videos because of that. That was I noticed that when you put, how to do something, the words how to. And I've tried that again, but I never duplicated it. Greg says to check my analytics and the sources in your analysis. And I probably could be more diligent at stuff like that. But, for me, it's interesting. We've talked about this many times. What are our real goals doing this YouTube stuff? And first of all, at my age and in this limited community, I don't ever expect to build this thing into an empire or anything huge. I do it because it's fun and and interesting, and it gives me something new to learn, and it gives me something to do. And I've always been a person that gets bored real quickly with things, been there, done that kind of guy. And which is why you keep seeing me trying new and different things relating to the same hobby with the FPV stuff. And now I'm building the airplanes, and who knows what's next. But
dancing in the skies.
Well,
it's interesting for me, and that's the most important thing. So Mitch, in
the same hands, I'm doing what Mills asked me not to do and cut you off, let you finish. Good on him for pointing that out, because I do need my reins pulled in many, many times. But Mitch, you say that on one hand, what you just said and the fun of it, and how you get a bit bored and whatever. Greg's put a really good point there, and that is really to find out where the source is. To know that is really going to be a big help, because, like you said, on one hand you say one thing, and on the other hand you're a bit perplexed in regards to why you're only getting 100 views and all that rest of it. So it's not super important, but it is there as something that you may or may not want to confess in regards to that. We all want to, I guess, I don't know, really get that viral sensation thing and that experience on all of our videos every time. But it's weird how sometimes it doesn't. You touched on it, Mitch. You said it, how to, because I know myself with anything I want to find out before I go to Wikipedia or anything like that. I will go onto YouTube, type in my question, and there it is. There it is. So that's I think anyone doing that type of channel is going to succeed for sure.
Yeah, and Mel says
I gotta step out. It's getting a bit late here. I just wanted to pop on and say hello to the bunch of you guys, and I wanted to say happy birthday, Mitch.
You too, Mike.
Here, and enjoy your Monday night. And what is it? It's Tuesday morning where you are, right, Spike?
That's correct, man. It's still morning, 11:19 a.m.
Right. So
always
anyway,
good seeing you, Mike.
Yeah, good to see you, Lloyd, Gary.
Yeah, good to see you, Mike.
Thanks for coming in, Mike. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you.
Right. Let's have a good year.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen for that. Yeah.
Okay. Get your channel going, Mitch.
Pardon me,
Mike.
I told Mike to get his live stream going.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I've got some ideas. It might not be live at first, but be pre-recorded. That way I don't step on anyone's toes, but we'll see.
Let me know about it, Mike. Let me know, man. You got my email, so let me know, brother.
Right.
I'm happy to and support behind the scene.
All right.
Look forward to it, Mike.
Guys, I'll catch you later. Bye, everybody in the chat.
See you, Mike.
And Rue.
Yeah, that's
bye.
See you later, man.
And I think I'm going to go ahead and
go on, Mitch. You got it. You're out.
Yeah,
You're
I
out.
think I'm going to go ahead and cut out
somewhere.
too.
Hold on, where is it? Where is it?
Crikey.
You're out. There it is.
Yeah,
I haven't given you a crikey. There you go.
Yes.
Anyways, Mitch, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut out too, because obviously I just did a show, and there's other people that need to see somebody besides my face up here, and because they probably get it's probably why I don't my channel. I'm like, God, is it him again? Anyways, I want to wish you a very happy 1-year birthday on your channel, and I always have fun when you're around, and we'll have you on my show again soon. Okay.
Thanks. I enjoy that. I always enjoy that.
Here's a birthday kiss for you.
Luck in the election. But I don't want to get accused of any fraud here.
There you go. All right.
There you go. Lloyd's going, but we'll remember him.
That's coming over here, Lloyd. Dang, son. You better go change your drawers.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
I got one button that says fart. That's it. You've got a plethora
I got
of
3
different
pages.
3 pages of those things.
Yeah.
That's
There's
okay. So make me mute you now.
Later.
See ya. Later.
All right. Bye.
See you, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Ta-da, Lloyd.
That's funny. What we were talking about? He was talking about that on his show when him and Mel were going at it. Why are farts so funny?
Especially ones in public,
Because they don't smell on YouTube. That's why.
Oh, that's for sure.
They're a bit more like, especially ones in elevators or something, Yeah. Ta-da. And it is
Mitch,
sort of
I'm gonna cut out too, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Let somebody else slide in. I'm gonna go get ready for bed myself.
I think we're no, we're not really winding down. I still got 25 people.
No, it's a good show. It's just I just been up since 3:30 this morning.
Oh, okay, buddy. Well, thanks for coming in. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it.
You bet, Mitch, and congratulations, my man, and we'll keep plugging along.
Thank you. I made it a whole year, and if I survive, if we all survive the big purge or cut or whatever they're planning on doing, maybe we'll have another one.
That's something I haven't even really. All I hear about is what I see on YouTube. I have not read none of that stuff. I don't even know what's fixing to happen. It's just going to be what it's going to be, is the way I see it.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I'm too small for them to worry about anyway.
Rainbows and butterflies. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
Gary, Spike, it's good to see you too. Good to see you, Mitch. Congratulations.
You too. Take care.
Thanks for
Have a good Christmas.
Chris Hope, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Well done, Mr. Hope. Bloody beauty. He's such a nice fellow, isn't he? He's one of the nicest blokes around.
He is. He is. You're all nice guys, every one of you. With few exceptions. I mean, it is. It's like, and it's the usual. I call it. It's like the usual suspects. We've kind of almost become like a club, and there's maybe 25, 30, 35 regulars.
Yeah.
And you can name them off, and they're, we all show up at most of the same live streams and panels, and that's kind of nice, because you get to know people and feel like you're actually friends, even though, so many of them have never met. Which is why I would, if we're still around and still doing this next year, I was seriously considering going to Spin Up. Not because I need to go to Spin Up and listen to the speakers or fly a drone somewhere in Texas. It would be just to meet
people.
Guys, yeah, meet people.
Yeah,
and
you know what, Mitch? They want to meet you too, man.
Yeah, maybe I might scare the shit out of them. I don't know.
Take your latest invention that you make. Hey, how about there's something food for thought for you there, mate? How you're making your things and you get quite challenged and bored with things. So combine something. I don't know. With a drone, with a helicopter, with a bath. I don't know.
Well, interestingly enough, I've really gotten hooked on this on the FPV stuff, and you're probably never going to see me putting out the average FPV video that you see from everywhere, flying between the trees and through the buildings, and that daredevil kind of stuff. When I fly the FPV, I fly it more trying to be smooth and big moves, and not basically trying to be cinematic, but just trying to fly realistically. And that's the pilot in me.
Yeah.
When I flew airplanes, the goal was always to try to be smooth, but I'm enjoying the flying. And now, this, I don't want to get too technical in FPV stuff here, but, most of the drones use beta flight. You've all heard of beta flight. And that's the software that the flight controllers run that controls the drones. Well, there's another bit of software called iNav. And it's an offshoot it's a branch of, it all started with software called Clean Flight. And when they have these open source things and somebody takes an open source piece of software, modifies it, and puts it out under different names, like OBS, Streamyards, Streamlabs OBS is a branch of OBS. Somebody took the basic OBS stuff and took it to a different level. Well, Clean Flight started out, and Beta Flight became a branch of Clean Flight, but so did iNav. And they've got a bunch of developers that work on this stuff. And most of these guys have YouTube channels, and they put out tremendously informative videos about this iNav stuff. And the cool thing is iNav does pretty much what Beta Flight does, but maybe not as well. You wouldn't want to, if you were Mr. Steele and, trying to fly the way he flies, you wouldn't be using iNav. But iNav does a lot of things that Beta Flight doesn't. And the word nav in the name gives it away. It's much closer to the kind of stuff that DJI has developed for their drones, more GPS based stuff. So by taking the same drone that you might buy that comes with and flight controller and flashing this iNav stuff onto the flight controller and putting a really good GPS module with a compass and a barometer on the flight controller and everything, you now have a drone that can do things autonomously. And the biggest thing it can do autonomously is return to home and land at your feet, like a Mavic. Maybe not with the same precision, but within a foot or two, maybe 3 feet of where you took off, because it doesn't have the cameras facing down that is what DJI uses to finalize the place where it's going to land.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you can do with iNav that you can't do with a DJI drone is flick a switch on your transmitter and go into acro mode and fly it like a racing drone and do rolls and loops and fly all that. So you have the safety and security of the automated return to home and automated landings. And you also have the fun of being able to throw that switch, and you've got a regular quad that flies like a race quad, and you can do all that stuff that you see. And they're developing this iNav now and bringing in a lot of the features of Betaflight to make it better, some of the filtering and everything that makes it easier to fly these drones very, very precisely. So that's what I've been fooling with, and I really like that. And that's the same software in these fixed wings, the FPV fixed wings that I'm starting to build, also run on iNav. Now, it won't automatically land like the drone will, but anyway, but you can click the switch on your airplane and return to home, and it will come back and it will just orbit over your head around in a circle. So you decide what you're going to do.
Just want to point out,
it has self-leveling modes and everything.
Yeah. That's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that one in the new. You got a newbie in the chat, man. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
FPV Flyer, man.
Oz FPV Flyer, another Australian. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for
He's
coming in.
Now he uses Emu Flight, smooth and easy. Yeah.
I don't know much about that. I've heard about the Emu Flight. I haven't looked into it. I one thing at a time for me, and I'm really becoming one with this iNav now. And
cool.
About to build one of these flying wings with a flight controller running iNav in it. That'll have all this autonomous stuff, and these you can program this to fly waypoints.
Yeah, read what Gregor Osby Drones is saying about Emu there, Mitch, my friend.
One of my viewers was playing with Emu, another derivative, does some funky image stabilization based on rotational speed of the motors. I've heard, Greg, a lot of people raving about this Emu flight, and I have to look into that, but these things are pretty complicated. And Spike is waving around. What are you waving?
Hooroo Paul, Drone Bum. Hooroo Paul.
Oh, okay. And let me welcome this Oz FPV Flyer. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. And let me
good on you, man.
Make you a member of the group here and turn you blue. So there you go. There you go. At any rate, that's. So I've got this this flying wing.
Yep.
A 3-foot wingspan, not a big one, fairly simple project. And I'm going to probably next week do a live build on that, because those things are fun, and you build a lot of watch time with those 4-hour live streams.
Yeah, true. Osby Drones just saying that he had a guest on his show last week that touched on speaking about the Emu. So if anyone's interested, Osby Drone. And
the Oz FPV Flyer also said that the Emu flight has the GPS return to home too. I'll have to look into that, because that's why.
I mean, the boys.
That's why I've been fooled with the iNav stuff. It is very.
Go on.
I was going to say it's very, very nice to have this thing come back and land. In fact, I'm going to try to find. Go ahead, Spike. You can finish your thought while I find the video here.
All right, my friend. I'm just sort of trying to be a part of supporting what the current topic and everyone's talking about. And I guess with all the boys here, because we can get, hang on, I'll go close up. We can get blinded, I guess, by, I mean, I'm a bit ignorant myself. I'm choosing at the moment to stick with Final Cut Pro because I've been with the thing for a year, an editing program, and it's like quite, a learning curve, each of these different things. And I guess, like as you said, you're getting quite immersed in the system procedure, the software that you're working with, where we can actually perhaps be a bit ignorant to something that's a little bit better or simpler or easier that's out there. So I think that's something that's really, really important, that we can try and remain open to the greater good and get stuck in, nothing wrong with sticking what you know and what goes well. But I keep getting told DaVinci Resolve is the go for as far as editing, and that's something that I'm going to look into as well there. But there's so much, isn't there? Choices. It's fantastic. And we got
I'm going to show you. This video. I got a video here, has no sound on it, so we can talk over it. But it's a video, and what I'm going to do is make this bigger and go over to the screen here. This is the Tyro 129, a 7-inch quad that I built, and this was the first flight that I tested it, where I actually tested the return to home. So this is a flight. And I'll start it going here, where I took off and flew the thing. Nothing fetch. This was the first or second flight on the quad, and it's that cheap $129 7-inch quad. But I took off. I'm in acro mode now, so you see that, and you can see there's a few little wobbles. I haven't tuned the thing yet, but you're flying it around like you'd fly a regular racing quad. In acro mode. It's not the kind of stuff you'd see from a Mavic.
No. This is your Mavic.
This is a Tyro 129, a 7-inch FPV quad.
Sorry,
and it doesn't have the DJI system. It's just got the analog. I use the regular analog system, but you can do the loops and the rolls and fly through trees and around poles and do all that stuff with it. I was kind of taking it easy on this first flight, but the main purpose of this flight was to just go up there and then just throw that switch and see what happens. And at some point, not too far along, you'll see the thing actually do the auto land all by itself, which is kind of cool. But this kind of flying you're not gonna do with a Mavic.
and iNav for the landing.
Yeah, this is running iNav, not Betaflight. And it's the same flight controller that came with the drone. So you just flash the different firmware on it. Just like you would update to the newer version of Betaflight. You can flash any, and I'm sure I could flash Emu Flight on it too. But the interesting thing about this is that is a Tyro 129, which is a cheap ass quad, $129 for everything.
Yeah, doing some of these sessions. People are leaving Mitch in the chat, just to let you know. Phantom Hodges drone, just to let you say.
Paul, okay, thanks for coming in, Paul. Yeah, it's starting to get late, and I'll probably wind this up in 20 minutes or so.
Some of us have to work for a living, says Paul, like Phantom Hodges drone.
Yeah, some of us. There we go. Okay, right there, I just clicked the switch. And you notice that it's since it doesn't have a camera gimbal, that it's cocked over a little bit to one side. That's because it's leaning into the wind to fly straight back to me. But at this point in the flight, I just put the transmitter down and took my goggles off. And the next time I do this, I'm going to take a camera with me so I can actually photograph the drone itself. But it flies right to you. It turns around, faces the direction you took off, and auto lands. So the neat thing about, you got a racing drone, and if you ever get yourself really screwed up where you get your video feed goes out for some reason and you're blind, or you just hit that switch, and the damn thing will come home and land right at your feet. And I mean, it landed right. It landed right on the money. And then when it lands, and then it sits there for a couple seconds, and it knows that it's landed, and it shuts the motors off.
Right.
Perfect.
And
nice.
disarms it.
Nice for
cool.
For such budget system. Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
You've got
so here I have
clean flight if you dare.
Yeah. Now this thing here, when you think about it, $129 for the drone, and $129 for the drone, $20 for a receiver, and less than $20 for the big GPS module with the magnetometer or the compass in it.
Awesome.
And that's it. So
you want to put that
$60, you got a FPV drone that has autonomous. It also has.
Put those combos together, Mitch. Package them up and get a little case. $500. Your first starter thing, bloody beauty. And Mitch, yeah,
you can't do that because you can go to Banggood and buy the stupid thing for $129.
Not everyone knows that. Not everyone knows it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know where you're coming from.
No, it's fascinating because when you fly, I don't know about everybody else, you hear everybody's always crashing FPV drones because they're always trying to fly them through places where there are no places, and that's not what I do. I mean, my whole approach to this is a lot different. Oz FPV Flyer says the Tyro 129 comes with the GPS module, and yes, it does. But the GPS module that it comes with is like the BN220, and it does not have a magnetometer in it. And in order to run iNav and have it do all of its autonomous stuff, it has to have a magnetometer. It has to have a compass so it knows which way it's headed. Now, if you use, and it also has to have you want to have a barometer. So, it knows its exact altitude, not relying on GPS for altitude. And interestingly enough, the flight controller that comes with that cheap Tyro 129 has a barometer and an SD card slot for black box logging, which is something you normally only find in flight controllers that cost a lot of money, the higher end stuff. So here's this cheap drone. It's got everything it needed except the magnetometer, and it was like $18 for this BN880 GPS with the right. Night Train Mike says no auto land if it has no That's correct. You have to have the magnetometer in the drone for iNav, but they only cost $18, $17.99 in Amazon for this BN880 GPS module with the
Have you done a video of this build? Is what you're talking of?
Yeah, I did a video live build of the Tyro 129, but not of the second one. When I bought that thing, it was $129, and I said, I'll buy two of them. So I bought two of them. I figure if I'm going to have them shipped from China, I may as well get two of them, have spare parts. Well, I never needed the spare parts, and I had this other one, and then this iNav thing. I've been building it in airplanes, and I said, well, maybe it'd be fun to actually build this thing and try my first iNav quad with it, because I mean it was cheap. So if I crashed a thing or fly it into the water or whatever, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Turns out it's having fun with it.
I just had a thought there, Mitch, in regards to your videos, future videos and stuff. Is like, consider what you've already got in regards to the videos of, how you've got like 1, 2, 3, and that's the build, and then the end, and it's done of live. So chop them up into really short, sort of 3 or 4, 5-minute videos where you just use a little bit of that part of the build, then sort of a big jump. It doesn't have to be every single detail, just the main key points, and then into ending up with the test flight, all in the one little video that lasts, say, maybe 5-7 minutes. Bam, you got a really a brand new video that people can revisit and watch. And because I reckon unless somebody's really tickles your fancy, you're really a person that goes to your channel is only going to look at perhaps the latest 2 or 3 videos of your whole complete catalog of videos, unless you, as I said, particularly tickle their fancy. They've got playlists they want to watch of you, all the rest of it, and they're just dead and buried and just floating around for I don't know who, prosperity's sake, I guess. So to grabs, it's not like repeating your video. So I think it's a new video for somebody to watch. And it's just a thought, mate. I don't know. It's just come to mind as I was listening to what you were talking about there, thinking that's quite interesting. But sometimes,
hang on, let me go. I'm going to go get this thing. So you keep.
Yeah, sure.
Run
What do
the
you
show
think
for a minute,
Gary? What do you think about that, man? In
Well,
regards
now,
to,
Spike,
yeah.
do you have?
And you,
are there
go on.
emus? Are there emus in Australia?
Absolutely, man. That's
Okay. Now-
they got it on their money.
Okay, now tell me, am I correct in saying an emu is a flightless bird?
That's correct. Yes, sir. And it's emu. If you could try and think of
Emu.
and then you, like hello, me, and you. So emu is sort of how we pronounce it. Emu. I mean, it could be very
Emu.
easy.
An emu is a flightless bird, but who was the marketing genius that came up with emu flight?
No, I've not heard of it.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
Here's the drill,
People-
guys. For those guys who are talking about the 129. So here's the Tyro 129.
Yeah, and that's amazing. It comes with
And
the,
there's the BN 880 GPS with the magnetometer, and you need to mount that magnetometer, the compass, away from the motors. So
yeah,
they sell for like $8, I think. It's a carbon, it's a metal, all aluminum post with a base and a carbon fiber, and you can cut it to whatever length you want, and it keeps that up kind of high. And I've actually it's sturdy enough that if you roll it over, it's probably not going to break it. You might knock the GPS off, but that's, I mean, all of that for $150, you know, it's incredible.
300 for Australia, but it's still an awesome little, not so little actually.
No,
what do you think of that,
inch.
Mars? If you're in the chat, there you are, man. No Autoland if it has no mag. He's probably talking to someone else there. What do you think of that, Mars? What Mitch is holding up there, mate? He's into it.
And I got a run cam 5, or you could put a GoPro Hero, but they're hard to get. So I got this run cam 5, and that was the camera that shot the video that you just saw.
Yeah, and
what's that?
Was a run cam 5 cost, Mitch?
$100 something, $129, $100. I got mine for $99. But it's like it's exactly the interesting thing about the run cam is it's exactly the same size as the GoPro Session 5. See?
Yep. Nice.
So here, let me pull it out of here.
The version of the GoPro Session 5, is that right, Mitch? The run cam? The run cam's a cheaper version, the GoPro.
Yeah, it doesn't have the stabilization, and it's not as good as on the other hand, if you lose it or kill it, it's not expensive. But it is the same form factor.
Little cume
and all these mounts. Yes. In fact, the Tyro this kit comes with this 3D printed mount for this camera. Even comes with the kit. So for the money, I mean, I've built some of these 5-inch quads, and you end up with $350, $400 in them by the time you buy an Armaton Marmot frame and you buy a Kakute F7 flight controller and all that stuff. And you know,
Oz FPV Fly saying 140 Aussie dollars from Banggood. There we go. And and
incredible.
F40 450 or something is similar, but just a bit bigger.
Yeah, and then I put on the back here, right there is one of those little battery-powered beeper lost quad finders.
Yeah, so, well, and are you happy with that? Because that, you know, I mean, they're the little beeper quad finders. It's a reasonable price. You happy with, you know, the build quality of that beeper thing, and is it worth someone like me to get one to put on my Mavic, maybe?
I don't know if you need it for your Mavic. The odds of your Mavic flying away or you crashing it. See, you know where these beepers come in handy is let's imagine you're flying and you put your quad down in a cornfield.
Yeah, in the forest. Yeah. It's like, what?
You know, and it does two things. You can make it beep from the transmitter by clicking one of the switches, or if the battery gets ejected, which oftentimes happens in a pretty bad quad crash, the battery will go flying. This thing has a little battery of its own, so if it senses that it was disconnected from the power, after 30 seconds, it just starts beeping all by itself and flashing a bright LED on it. So they cost like $17. It's worth every penny.
Isn't that a small bit of insurance there?
I think so.
So with I noticed the props on it are quite large on that drone. With all the what do you call it? Gosh, the little thing everything that's on top of it, built everything you built on top of that. Is it not top heavy or that sort of business? Does it fly?
Oh, no. This is about bottom mount battery anyway. So the battery sits down on the bottom.
What's the time? How long of flight time can you get with it, Mitch?
Well, I've been flying this with a 2200 milliamp hour 4-cell, and I can get. I mean, I've flown it for 15 minutes with that battery, because it's a fairly good sized battery. But that's not aggressive flying. In other words, I'm not screaming up and doing all the crazy FPV maneuvers with this. I'm just kind of cruising around with it, but you get 10, 15 minutes easily. And I've only flown it 3 or 4 times. I really haven't wrung it out yet to see or even paid much attention to how long the flight was. But the last time I had it out, I actually flew 2 flights with the same battery. Because I had plenty of battery left when I landed it the first time, because I was just testing things. But it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
Oz FPV file. I don't use a standalone beeper. I set my motors to keep to beep in EMU flight. 4 motors beeping is pretty loud. That's interesting. You can get the motors.
They call that the D-shot beeper. And what happens? The ESCs actually send a high frequency alternating signal to the motors, and it makes them go back and forth at a couple thousand times a second, and you hear it. And they call that a D-shot beeper. The disadvantage of having just the D-shot beeper is if you crash and eject your battery, of course, you have no power. Your receiver's not receiving. You can't trigger the beeper. So, and he says he gets 15 minutes on 100C 4-cell 1800. Okay.
Cool.
But this is a hell of a, I mean, I built the Tyro 99. I built the Tyro 79. And now I've got I built 2 of these 129s. They're not the most powerful motors. But the quality of the VTX they come with is terrific. The Eachine VTXs I've had a lot of luck with. The flight controller on this thing is amazing for the money, because Banggood sells a replacement flight controller for this for $20.
You may hear some wind sounds going on in the background. I'm sorry about that if you are, but that would be coming through from Mad Kiwi and his wife. Get out there, dude. He's ironing, he's mowing the lawn, laundry, and all that. Get back into it, Mad Kiwi. Sorry.
Yeah, he says the Tyro can carry a 3,000 milliamp battery for a 35-minute flight. Yeah, you can do it. And this thing, these 7-inch props have a tremendous amount of lift to them. You'd be amazed. And it's not heavy without the battery. It's got very, very thin arms. Doesn't weigh much more than a 5-inch quad, actually. And the motors aren't much bigger than a 5-inch. I think it's a 250 2507s.
Yeah.
100 kV. So I mean, the average 5-inch quad's going to have a 2206, 2207, 23.
Yeah, right.
It's just big.
Go on, Mitch.
I was going to say it's just a little bit bigger, not much bigger, but the props don't turn as fast because they're bigger. The kV of the motor is lower, which means lower RPM. For the same given voltage, and which is the way the Mavics fly. The Mavics have big props on them. You know, the Mavic 2 has 7-8 inch props on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Grumpy Vlogger looks like he's actually heading off, I think, there. I'm not sure.
Oh,
it's
okay.
lovely to see you, brother.
I got to head off, Mitch. Thanks for having me on. Happy
Gary, always a pleasure.
Gary.
Here. But yeah, happy anniversary. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, man.
Really enjoy all the stuff you do, Mitch. Keep it up. I like the builds. I like the vlogs. The walk in the morning by the wall is always a treat.
Isn't it? It's a treat, that one.
I got to start doing that some more. I haven't done that in a while until that birthday announcement thing.
No, it's good. It's all good. It's
thank you.
Always
Thank
look.
you. I appreciate it.
You know, so happy anniversary. Hope everything goes viral for you. And
thanks, man.
again, are you on Thursday?
Oh yeah, I'll be here Thursday.
See you then, buddy.
All right, take care.
Have a great night.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Gary,
yes, sir. Let's give him a round of applause.
Champion Gaza.
I'm laying off the sound effects mostly tonight.
A little touch in here and there. It's his birthday, man. Hang on a minute. We got one of you. Gotta have that.
I'm glad somebody brought some noisemakers to this party.
Yeah. Mitch, I was just going to ask. I watched your family outing video before coming on, and what drone did you use for it? The one where you went caught up with your friends in the park there.
The Zoom. That was a Zoom. Mavic 2 Zoom.
Ah, rightio. Yep. No, a very good video, that one there. And I noticed that your friends, their RV with all the bed and everything, they're good little RVs. Those things,
that's my son. That was my son. And
doing it in style.
That I'll show that here because I'll tell a story when I show it. Interestingly enough. So here, let me cue it up and let's see. We go to here, and I got to press too many buttons at once to do this, but I'll keep you in the picture over there on the side. And here we
just for whatever reason.
Here we go. And interestingly enough, I took the drone out not to make a video. I took the drone out just to fly around. I had no intention to make, and I went and I just made one stupid flight and just flew around. I didn't try to do anything cinematic. I didn't care what the shots looked like. I just wanted to see what the park looked like. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I curved around here and I just flew up the coast a little ways and then came to that fishing dock. Yes. And I got home and I looked at the video and what I had shot and the shots of the campsite. And I said, you know what, with a little creative editing, I can turn this into something.
Yeah, you got a really good transition coming up shortly, you know.
Yeah, and this right here, this coming up with the music.
Yeah, I really like that, man.
Right here.
I've never seen that transition before. There it is, to black, but the sound that goes with it, and then it changes.
And I said, hey, you know what? Let me play with it. Let me just play. It took me 15 minutes to chop this up and make this video. And it actually, and I looked at it afterwards and I said, you don't even have to try to fly the drones to make a video. Just fly around, look at the footage you got, find a nice piece of music that you can cut it to.
Yeah.
And then when I did that shot from the coming up here that was right over the top of the campsite, it reminded me of Pac-Man, the way they were walking around in every which direction. So I found this other bit of music here. Listen.
Got to bring it in the music.
And I mean, I just thought that was a riot. Everybody's wandering around like chickens with their heads cut off.
Yeah. I can't hear the music that's coming through. I don't know if anyone else can, but what
can you hear it?
No, I can't hear the video music.
You can't hear the music?
No, sir.
Oh no. Well, that defeated the purpose of the whole thing. Why didn't you say something? Hold on a second. Oh, I know why. Okay, there we go. Me and my fancy. Well, let me start it over again because that actually was the whole deal was the music. Without the music,
Yeah, and maybe you want to grab the link and chuck it in the chat to make it easy for people to go and check it out.
It's on my channel.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Tell me if you hear it now. Not yet. Coming.
It comes in, yeah. Yes, we hear it.
You hear it now?
Yes, you hear it. Yep.
Okay. Is it too loud or is it okay?
That's right.
See, with the music, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I need to fire my engineer here and get somebody who knows what the hell he's doing.
And, with any video with piano music will do well.
But that's, I have a lot of this music that I find on these different Creative Commons type sites. I don't pay, I find all the free stuff.
Out there.
But this,
it's perfect, Mitch. It's perfect. It's lovely music with the scene of the lake and everything,
It's a gorgeous place. But now you'll see where that cut to black, how that worked in with the music. That was really cool.
Yeah. What editing to make that? What's that all about? Program. Yeah. What's your editing program, Mitch?
Premiere Pro.
Yep.
But this is, it was interesting because it's just pretty much a nothing flight.
Yeah, a bunch of nothing. But you know what, man? That might be something to consider when you go out and do your next video. Go out there without thinking about, I'm going to do that. And then you never know, it might be actually better than if you plan too much.
Yeah. Oh, I know if I'm going to shoot something, but like I say, I went out to shoot. I thought maybe the drone might bother everybody. I didn't want to, but it turns out everybody was very fascinated by it.
Yeah.
And there's the music I found for the mayhem of them setting up for dinner. If I was going to make a real video, I would have shot the meal and the food and all that, but it wasn't the idea. The idea was to go out there and just be with the family. They do that every year. They take the camper or the motorhome out to this park, spend 4 or 5 days out there. There's 4 or 5 different couples that have these things, and they all get together and have this one big Thanksgiving dinner.
Fantastic. Lovely location.
And it's about a 45-minute drive from where I live. And then, of course, everybody was just absolutely fascinated by the drone.
Yeah, there we go. You and the boys.
That's my son there waving.
In the blue t-shirt?
Yeah. And then I said, well, I got to do one of these pull-away shots through the trees.
Really close to a pine tree up there, don't you?
Yeah.
It is.
So everybody was really fascinated. They all wanted to watch it on the screen and see the picture. And then I just landed it. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's just a little editing trick, find out where the music ends, line it up with where the video ends, and then cut it backwards to make it all fit.
Yeah, that's it. We've got here Oz FPV Flyer. Sometimes you can have a flight that needs editing during the flight. Music drops exactly match the flight. It's rare, but I've done it, and he's got a little link there for something.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
And you can sometimes they just work out, but
you just jag it, don't you? Yeah.
I make a habit, Spike, of when I watch a movie, I always try to pay attention to the editing and the music track and watch the cuts, and in my head I time them how long between cuts, and you find in most cases they're cutting all the time. And I think that's a mistake that we make a lot of times with our drone footage is just to let it go and in one long flight rather
it can
than
become boring. That can become boring. unless it's the magnificent reveals and scenery of mountains and something spectacular, you can do a long shot. But yeah, those long shots, that's something as filmmakers, I guess, hobby filmmakers, to learn from the professionals. Those cuts are, definitely.
Yeah,
Some go the 3-second roll, some go the 6-second roll. But then there are certain scenes where it needs to be longer. It's warranted to be longer, So
no doubt, no doubt about it. But,
I love that side of it as well, Mitch. And not only the collecting of the footage, the actual filming side of things, but the actual composition of the storytelling. Telling a story with it. I think that's like you told a story there, man. It came up, it went around, it revealed and showed you a beautiful location. You came slowly back. You had a pan tilt down, a nice sort of angle shot showing that, okay, we're at a park and there are people here, and then you did a little sort of fancy pullback thingy as something tricky and something to do there, and so that told a story, and it had a sequential story there, to the end, and the music went with it. So that's where and how making videos, I think, that stand out from those that just bang on the thing straight out of the SD card without really caring in regards to. But those videos are also good. I think, you know what, Mitch, you really, mate, anyone that goes to the trouble of signing up for a channel and they start putting things on it, whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent, they're having a bit of what I like to call a crack. And just that alone, bloody well done. Yeehaw,
Yeah. No, I agree. And I made this video, and it dawned on me that it's been a long time since I made a video like that. I've been so caught up in all this other stuff.
And FPV,
that I really enjoy the editing, especially editing to music, like and try to create something that's like maybe even a ballet. And even the FPV stuff lends itself really nicely to to music. I did. I'm not boring you with my crap here. Where is the one?
While you're looking, what I think is really, really cool, and what people are doing, especially in the droning community, is as you're putting in there the classical thing, is to combine standard camera like, say, Mavic or Phantom type footage along with the FPV, but also they're running around with an Osmo Pocket or something on the ground, and you're getting the three sort of dimensions of film that are edited together, and I reckon that's really cool storytelling.
I eventually am going to get. We all talk about all the stuff we're going to eventually do, and somehow there's only so many hours in a day.
There is. Yes, indeed. Yes,
let me see what this one is here. Bear with me, guys. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Oh no, this is and no, this is fly-in. One is 120. No, I took the SD card out of the. That's not the one I'm looking at. I'm looking in, and it saw it just fine. So I went checking on the formatting of the SD card. This is a DJI FPV. This is one of my first flights with it. And because it was formatted differently, this isn't the video that I wanted to show. Formatted differently, the air unit wouldn't. So let me find.
Getting a little bit of echo. I don't know. It's just maybe the volume of the video as well as you're talking. Just getting.
Was it too loud or too low?
No, it's all right. Good volume. Good volume.
Because at certain times.
Here we go.
Anyway,
this is
not a real fan. Enjoy it, and we'll see you the next time.
Here, this is the kind of. The kind of music you wouldn't expect to hear on a drone flight.
No. And in that environment, you sort of think maybe in a forest, Robin Hood will pop out behind the tree. This is where you got the long shots in, haven't you? There's a video if you chopped it up.
Yeah, no, this wasn't edited. This is just the flight. You know, it was the first flight I flew at this park that I found, and I was basically looking around at the park, and I think somewhere in here I did a split S or a roll or something, but not a real, kind of a boring flight. But I tried to find some music to make it a little palatable.
Yeah.
There I am parked over there. Nobody's in this stupid park. I'm sitting in my chair.
Yeah, perfect. I reckon you do it well. Quick style when you do it. Yeah, someone's saying it sounds like Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. But I did an FPV flight with some prettier music than this, where I actually, and I'm trying to think, where was it?
Down south of the state in West Australia, now they're bailing up. And every year they have a...
Let me see if I got it. I'm going to jump around a little bit here, if you don't mind. So, what you're looking at is this was a little prettier music. And on this one, you can see that's stuck behind my name. But this is that DJI digital stuff, and man, is it ever a different world when you're flying.
Yeah. I think I remember watching this when she fly really low to the grass, Well, you're becoming a good FPV pilot there, Mitch.
I'm learning, it's a
shop. And that's what it is. It's practice, isn't it?
It is. It's you got to practice a lot, and trying to fly smooth and fly lower to the ground, and controlling your altitude. It's look, I'm not a spring chicken either. There aren't too many guys my age doing this.
No, there isn't, sir. There isn't. There isn't indeed. Yep. So it's one of two things. It's respect or sympathy, one or the other.
I love the shadow of the drone here.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the lifting up like that. Brilliant. Whoa, there we go. Yeehaw.
And these things will move out too. I mean, these things are fast. I came whipping around this corner here. You don't do that with a Mavic.
No, not unless you want to burn out a battery like me. Get your whoop on, man. Get your whoop on.
This is my Armaton Marmot. It's a great build. It was my first custom build where, because I've only been, 7-8 months. Maybe 8 months I've been doing this FPV stuff.
Yep.
And this was that I did the first build live stream with this quad.
I know it flies nicely, man. Is that
it's very
very
smooth? I love fly. I mean, I love flying these things. In fact, what I want to do, and I've done this with RC airplanes, Spike, is choreographed a flight, an aerobatic flight to music, where I actually throw on a headset and play the soundtrack, and then fly like a ballet to it. And I think that as I get a little better with this FPV stuff, I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to try to do. I'll put that on the list of shit that I want to do.
Yeah. Mitch, as we listen to this, you touched on it before, how we can get, like you know, how you gave reference to that video that you made as just a bit of a joy flight around, and family part video, and it turned out to be a video. Unlike lots of build video, like things you've been doing for the past few months, I'm exactly the same. I've been doing all the same with my studio, and not making videos. And I do have so many, as you said, the list of shit to do, and they're all coming up now that the studio's done. I'm going to actually contact, and just sort of look after those that are the supporters and that enjoy whatever you do, whatever it is you do, just to add the variety and not the same old thing all the time.
But it's got to stay fun.
It's got to stay fun for us.
It's got to stay fun, and you have to look forward to it. The morning that you get out of bed, Spike, and say, "Oh shit, I have to do this today," is the day you're gonna, you shouldn't be doing it anymore.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Unless you're making a living at it. If you're one of these guys that's actually making a living,
and
then it's a job. And
what a fun job to have.
Yeah, but they say the quickest way to ruin a hobby is to turn it into an occupation.
Like I was an actor there for a while and dancing around, had a good old 10 years out of it. And it was my job, and I loved it, man. I loved it. I think if you can play for a living, and this sort of thing is that, for those that like this sort of thing, then more power to you, really. Rather than going punching holes in steel or something all day long. Nothing to say that's just wrong in that, but myself, I wouldn't like to do it on an assembly line of some sort. So to turn it into, I agree with you, what you said. I agree with you, but at the same time, there is a element or a component of it that you can actually have fun working, so to speak.
So I got a compliment. The Oz FPV Flyer says, "Old guy, your flying is great, nice and smooth and control." Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Acro mod for an FPV. It's bloody fantastic, to be honest. I've had it's hard.
I tell people, they look, Spike, I'm how old I am. I'm on the short side of 73. Won't be long now. And like I say, there aren't too many 73-year-olds out there just getting into the FPV business. And the big caveat, however, is that I've been in the RC hobby for 55 years.
Yes, that's right. You've been dancing in the air, and you're actually a real pilot too, aren't you?
And I'm a real pilot too. So I do have some people used to say I was born with a transmitter in my hand, because I've been flying forever. So I can use a lot of those skills in the FPV stuff. The different, I actually can almost fly better line of sight with an airplane than getting used to the goggles and the pilot's eye view. You'd think would be easy, but to me, I found that to be the most challenging part.
Situational, what do they call it? Something awareness or something?
It's kind of makes you nervous. Now I get on the flight simulator, okay, on the computer, and pull up one of those abandoned building sites and whip around through the windows and through the doorways and do loops and rolls and all that crap and not crash too often. And I get the real drone in my hand and I put those goggles on and I give a shit because I don't want to wreck it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's one thing. It's not fear of, let's say, for instance, not knowing what's to the left, right, or back of you, behind you, as you sit where you sit in a public place, where like at home and the safety of your own home, so to speak. You're not going to get bonked on your head for your wallet or whatever, that type of thing would be something in the back of anybody's mind. It's just whether it's conscious or unconscious. doing that sort of thing. So I guess, and you do a lot of it all by yourself, where others go out in groups, so they're all cool. They've got mates and things around somebody without goggles on to just watch your back. I guess I don't know. I wonder if that's something that's in the back of a person's mind as they fly around doing that sort of thing. I never used to have both earphones in. I never used to do earphone thing because I always like to hear what's going on somewhere, a clunk or a bang or whatever. And now these days, it's just like trust in the universe, and that's what you put out there. That's what happens around you. It really is. It's so true. If you give something too much thought, you'll make it happen. Whatever it is, you'll make it happen. So I keep thinking about Lotto, thinking the numbers.
Well, I'll tell you what, you must have hit the lottery with all the equipment that you bought here recently.
Yeah, I banked into a bank, that's for sure. I did indeed. Superannuation. I managed to tap into some of that. Mitch, I'm going to do the same thing as everybody else has, my friend.
Oh, that's I ought to be wrapping it up anyway. We've been going not 7 or 8 hours like you do, but we've been at 2 hours and something. So, yeah. But I see that Oz FPV Flyer says that, and I can let you go, Spike, and then I'll talk to you.
Yeah, no problem, my man.
But listen, man, I really, it's great having you here. I always enjoy getting together with you.
No, good on you, mate. I promised that I would support you, and when I can, I do. I really do. So
I appreciate it, man.
Look forward to 2020, man. I think we're all going to have an awesome year next year.
I hope so. I hope so. And stop by Florida on your world tour, okay?
Oh, most definitely will, man. The world domination.
The world domination. Okay, buddy. How do you say hooroo, man? Hooroo.
Hooroo, my brother. Hooroo. Right. And everybody in the chat, and whoever watches the playback of this, Scully and myself would like to wish you all a really safe and fun-filled festive season, Christmas, New Year, and all that sort of stuff. And let's bang it out on New Year 2020. See you later, Mitch. Happy first birthday, the first of 29. You got 29 to go, and I'll stick with you for all through them all, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Take care.
See ya. Peace out. Ta-da.
Bye-bye. All right. It's just me now. And I see Spike still in the green room, but we'll let him go. So Oz FPV Flyer, I'll tell you what I want to do. I think I'm going to close this night out. And since you say you've been flying model airplanes for 40 years, I'm going to show you a little, if I can find it here. Where is it? Hang on a second and I'll find it. This is. Hi, I'm Mitch Weiss from Orlando, Florida. The airplane is one of Bob Violet's new. This is the little XL version, which is the stretch version, a little bigger composite of some video that was shot at some of these jet meets that we have. And I flew these turbine jets for about 15 years and went to jet meets all over the country. And there was always photographers there making videos to sell, and they were all in old VHS tape. And I captured some of these shots of some of my jets, and I thought maybe be a good way to close this out and show you some of the jet flying. So I'll turn the volume up here. You can hear it. So who we got in the chat here? Ted 10 came in and said, night, everyone. I didn't even see you in there, Ted 10, but thanks for stopping in. And good night to you. The Bobcat, blast from the past. Yeah. And I lived in Central Florida. And if you know the Bobcat, then you know Bob Violet. And Bob Violet was one of my best friends. And we used to have coffee and breakfast every Saturday morning together, and I flew built a lot of his airplanes, and they were some of the best. And you'll see there's three different airplanes in this little composite, and I'm going to speed up through it a little bit. There I was. Shot. There I am. God, I was younger in those days. Look at that. Anyway, the next airplane here.
Hi, I'm Mitch Weiss
was
from Orlando,
a
Florida, and just trying to calm down here from the
L1011 with a fairly large model with a single turbine in the back end of it, and
just like I said, just put the maiden flight on it.
That
today.
was pretty interesting. So skip ahead to where this thing is. I won't bore you guys with this too much. Now, Bob Violet never flew helicopters. He Mars, later, buddy. Take care, everybody. And who else was leaving? Good night, Jay Santiago. Hey, thanks for coming, man. Thanks. I appreciate you guys that all stuck with me through this thing. And I've enjoyed it. Like I said in the beginning, this is my birthday, so this is about me. So I'm showing off some of my stuff. Hope you don't mind. Hope you find this interesting. I find it very nostalgic. I don't fly these turbines anymore. I still have a couple of them, but in order to fly them, I probably have to redo all the plumbing in them. Right now, I just display them in my office. But this was a great flying airplane, this L1011. But move forward to the landing was terrible. It was windy and gusty, and look at that thing bouncing. It was terrible. Oh. But one piece. And the neat thing about this guy's videos, where he always did a really neat taxi back. Now the next one was my best, and I flew in
I hope you enjoyed the video. You're going to see some exciting airplanes, and you're going to see some great close-up detail shots. So pay attention.
This is Top
Mitch
Gun.
Weiss. I'm Scott Stauffer with SKS Video and Prop Wash Video Productions. This year's Top Gun. Mitch, this is a very nice F-100. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. Thank you. This is a Vietnam camo F-100.
Whoops.
During the Vietnam era. The kit is from Bob Violet Models. It's all fiberglass and composite. It's got an AMT USA AT280 SP engine, turbine engine that turns about 32 pounds of thrust. Canopy operates, the leading edge slats operate, flaps operate, speed brake operates. It has a retractable tail hook, a skid back there, has a tail hook underneath.
How much does it weigh?
It weighs 34 pounds dry, carries about 8 pounds of fuel.
About how many flights do you have on it?
This has 9 flights on it.
9 flights.
9 flights on it, yes.
Very good.
And 3 more to go this weekend.
All right, well, thank you very much, Mitch, and good luck.
Take care.
There were 4 of these Husky F-100 jets at Top Gun this year. 1 an expert, 1 a designer, and 2 in the team class. Mitch Weiss had the only one done in a Vietnam War scheme. This is the 2nd Top Gun that he flew in, and he finished in 5th place.
On these flights, we were judged.
Great looking airplane in the air, isn't it? All of these F-100s look fabulous, but watch this landing by Mitch. This was his very first landing.
We were all judged on the maneuvers, and they had to be.
For him. What a great taxi back. Good job, Mitch. Great job.
Anyway, that's a little bit of my.
Here we have Mitch Weiss, 5th
I
place
want a
in expert
trophy.
this year. Good job, Mitch, in his first real Top Gun. Congratulations.
Ah, man. So there you go. Let me get myself back in here. That's for anybody that cared. That's a little bit of my background in flying different things. And I think with that, guys, it's 11:30 here in Florida. And Ted 10, thank you so much for your compliment. And while I got you here, let me make you a moderator and make you blue with blue wrench so that you don't stand out like a sore thumb. And next time you come in, I'll know you've been here before. So thanks for stopping by, guys, and everybody. I don't know who's left here. So I still got 14 people. I think we'll take this opportunity to say how much I really appreciate everybody that's supported me, encouraged me through this first year learning all this stuff. And hopefully for all of us, next year will be an even better one. And we'll grow our community a little bit, make some new friends. And I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for coming. Let's see who's still here. Luis Vega. How you doing, Luis? Just came in. How come you're white? How come you don't have a blue wrench? I thought I gave you one the last time you were here. At any rate, thanks for coming in. I'm just about wrapping it up. So, Jody, thank you. Thanks for coming. I can always count on you. My new friend, Oz FPV Flyer. Don't be a stranger, man. Thanks. I do the live stream here 6 o'clock every Thursday evening. So that's early in the morning for you over there, but love to have you stop by. Mars, always count on you. Thanks for coming in. Jay Santiago, Ted 10. Who else we got here? Night Train, Mike. Thanks so much for coming in. I don't know who else is here. Steve Mack. Lloyd is gone, I think. I think everybody else. If I missed anybody, Arizona Drone Dude, thank you for coming. And I don't know if I missed anybody. It's confusing with all the stuff that I'm looking at here. This is what I'm looking at. So I got all these too many buttons to push and keep track of. But thanks a lot, guys. With that, I'm going to bring up the music a little bit. There we go, like I always do. And give me 1 second here. I want to say goodnight. Spike, see you're still here. Thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate it. And I'm tired. So I think I'm going to take the rest of the day off. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to go fly my drones. Hopefully the weather will be nice. And I suggest you all do the same. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my sidekick here, Spank, the monkey. Let him say goodnight. And I will see you all on Thursday at 6 p.m. Thanks for coming. Say goodnight, Spike.